Big win for the Minnesota Vikings at Week 18 against the Packers. Well, not that big of a win, but beat the Packers. That's always fun. Before we get talking about the details of the game, it appears that C.J. Ham and Harrison Smith are both retiring. Towards the end of the game in the fourth quarter, the Vikings took a timeout to honor Harrison Smith, and the whole team was just loving him and pause. The whole team was celebrating with him, and they were playing like happy music that you would hear at like the end of a happy end in a movie. And obviously, all that praise is well deserved. He is one of the all-time greats on the Vikings and at safety, one of the greatest safeties of all time. Currently leads the NFL in interceptions among active players. 14 seasons, over 200 games for the Hitman. I love that the past few weeks he has just been able to absolutely turn back time and play great game after great game, getting some interceptions, some sacks, and it like the old Harrison Smith was back for one final little run. C.J. Ham, obviously, Vikings legend. 10 seasons, Vikings, 140 games, and have had the best season of his career to end it up. Got a touchdown in his final game. He had a rush for 1 yard and a touchdown. He also had a great catch. He bobbed with one hand, caught it for 8 or 9 yards, the first down. A good set game for CJ. I've always loved CJ Ham. My girlfriend's favorite player is CJ Ham. It's obviously not 100% confirmed that these two are retiring, but it seems very likely, especially since they did all this honoring stuff. There were players crying because CJ probably retired. And Harry, not confirmed, but is looking very so. Both Sam and Harris will always be remembered as Vikings legends. Final score ended up being 16-3, not as close as the final score indicates. Vikings get the win. Defense didn't allow a single point until they had their backups in at the end of the fourth quarter, and with 1 second left, the Packers got a garbage time field goal with just 1 second left in the game. McCarthy came out at halftime, and I'll get into why in just a second. Finishing the season above 9-8, which I bet a lot of people did not see coming about 5 weeks ago. I didn't either, but I think it's great, getting a lot of really good momentum going into next season. Josh Oliver had an ankle injury and did not return, but Kevin O'Connell says he should be good, and it's nothing too serious. Sione Takitaki, that's how you say it, had a hamstring injury. Obviously, he'll have the whole offseason to heal, so he's good. And the reason J.J. McCarthy came out at halftime was because he had a bit of soreness in that throwing hand that was previously injured 2 weeks ago, and they didn't want to make it any worse. But in the one half he did play, he had 184 passing yards and went 14 for 23. Correction, he had 182 passing yards. Brosmer came in for the entire second half, 7 for 8, 57 yards. Mason had a great game, 14 carries, 94 yards with a long of 24. Ty Chandler, 10 for 23 with a long of 5. Xavier Scott, 3 for 9 with a long of 6. J.J. McCarthy had a couple scrambles, 2 for 7, long of 6. Justin Jefferson had a rush. He was like a jet sweep, 1 for 3. C.J. Ham, 1 attempt, 1 yard, 1 touchdown, ending with 2 attempts, yards, and 2 touchdowns rushing on the season. Justin Jefferson, 11 for 8, 101, reaching 1,000 yards, joins Randy Moss and Mike Evans for the third player to get 1,000 receiving yards or more in his first 6 seasons. Jalen Naylor, 3 catches on 3 targets for 49 yards with a log of 26. Josh Oliver, 2 catches for 29 yards and a long of 22. Ben Sims with a catch, 18 yards. Ty Chandler, 3 for 11. Urasek, 1 for 9. Jordan Addison, 1 for 8. Xavier Scott, 1 for 8. And CJ Ham, 1 for 6. Dallas Turner had a phenomenal defensive game with 6 total tackles and 2 sacks and a forced fumble. And I think Dallas Turner is absolutely turning into a superstar and could be a great piece for this defense going forward. Overall, the defense, phenomenal game, obviously only allowing 3 points, less than 200 total yards, and they totaled with 4 sacks and no turnovers. Once again, thanks to CJ and Harrison Smith for everything they've done for this organization and the Minnesota Vikings. 16-3, Vikings get the win over the Packers week 18. Good way to kick 2026. Let me know what you thought of the game. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you want.
Bye.